Sports on Air.
That's their captain, Scottie Thompson. Scottie, lamang ang Ginebra ng 22 puntos entering the fourth quarter. Pero isa sa mga napansin ko sa bench, paulit-ulit sinasabi ni Christian, don't stop, don't stop. Paulit-ulit lang siya. How important was it to have somebody that vocal and for everybody to have that reminder?
First of all, I thank God for the game now. Coming to this game, we know San Miguel na magbabawas pa talaga sila. Ganun din, nag-lead kami halftime. Naalala namin yung first game namin kung paano sila bumalik. Dali nila bumalik sa game. So, coach always mentioned to us na always get ready sa game.
Scottie, per quarter scoring natin was 31, 32, 31, 27. Very consistent para sa Ginebra. What has been key for you guys all throughout the game?
I think we play unselfish basketball. Talagang we really share the ball. Yun yung kinamin. Lahat masaya. Nakakapuntos kung sino mang nakakapuntos sa amin. Everyone happy.
Coach Tim, I was talking to Coach Richard earlier, and he told me about this trend or this spell that he never has with losing the second game. You guys.
I was just going to say, I don't remember winning, especially against San Miguel, our second game, game two, after we won game one. I mean, I'm talking about in 30 years.
How important is it
So,
to break that goal?
Well, you know, it's a short series. It's a best of five, and so if you can get the first two, it's really key, and it's really hard to do. And for us to come out and meet their energy early, we met their energy early. Got a lead right off the bat, and we withheld their runs a couple of times. They came back on us a couple of times, got it closer than they were, got uncomfortable, but we were able to toughen up, and these guys just toughened up and got refocused on the defensive side, made some stops, and we were able to extend our lead again. I'm totally shocked by this game. In terms of how well our guys played in a game two like that. Really shocked and obviously really pleased.
Coach, you mentioned the defense. Can you talk more about the effort that your guys showed? Because I remember starting the third quarter, Jimmy had this huge block, Scottie did as well. In the fourth, and all of the stops made, especially in the latter part of the game when you had total control of it.
Well, I think that what the guys really pride themselves is that they're all two-way players. We don't have any real offensive, just guys who think offense. I mean, these guys are really two-way players. Scottie's always been a two-way player his whole career. Christian's a two-way player. Justin's a two-way player. I mean, it just goes on down the line. JB's is developing that mindset as well. Maya, we're hoping to continue to build on that. But, basically we're a team that prides ourselves on both sides of the floor. I think people talk about our triangle, they talk about our ball movement, our ball sharing, but I think these guys take most pride in their defense, and that's what gives us an opportunity to win games like this.
Alright, at this point, we open the floor to our friends from the press.
Scott, mention mo kanina na you guys were playing unselfish basketball from start to finish, ano yung thoughts mo na kahit hindi Guardia nagko-contribute dun sa assist department like Christian Stan earlier and of course Justin Brownlee, yung kumbaga the ball movement of Ginebra doesn't just go sa Guardia lang, pero the whole team. Ano mo sa mo?
I think muna sa system ng coach nila sa mga coaching staff talaga i-emphasize nila sa amin ball movement, people movement. So talagang yung execution namin na-open na lahat sa mga movement namin na system. Siguro lahat nga willing to give up ng assist.
There were some tense moments in the game. Do you think it happened in the third game?
You're going to play a good team like San Miguel, and it's nearly impossible to beat them 3 straight times. I mean, we're going to try to do the impossible on Wednesday. The good news is we get a day off to kind of recover a little bit before we refocus on Tuesday to get back to our game planning. But you know, the bottom line is that we always talk about it. We want to grow within the series. We want to get better and better through what we do and how we do it, and we want to do that throughout the whole series. So hopefully we're better in Game 3 than we were in Game 2. We're better in Game 2 than we were in Game 1. And that's always the plan. It doesn't always work out that way. In fact, it rarely works out that way, but that's always the goal. And so far this series, that's been the goal. I thought we played a better game tonight than we did on Friday night. And so, again, these guys just, they're incredible. So willing to give up the ball. And I think you'll talk to a player, a man, everybody in our team will say it starts from this guy. It really does. The willingness to give up the ball starts from him. I mean, and without him doing that all the time, it just becomes, with him doing that all the time, it becomes infectious with the whole team. So.
Coach, when you were ahead 18-1, in game 1 were you reminding them that you lost a 15-point lead in game 1?
Yeah, well, Scottie knows that. We were talking about it at halftime. We were talking about it during timeouts. Yes. You know, like you said, they're a great team, and they can put up big numbers in a hurry. They want to have a 15-0 run on us to start the fourth quarter. I mean, that's unheard of. And but I thought we did a much better job when they would go on runs. We would get back to basics on defense and do the dirty work. But you know, like I said, they're capable of doing that for a full 48 minutes after we get up that 15-0 run. So, you know, those early leads we got, it was really nice to have, but we knew where they weren't going to last, and they didn't. They made a run back, got within 6 or 5 or something like that, but then we were able to hold and get ahead again. So that's the way it goes.
Coach, you guys virtually have a nice to beat advantage now because of this 2-0 lead against San Miguel. Does that give you any sense of comfortability or?
No, that's one way we will not look at it, for sure. We won't look at it for sure that way. I mean, you start looking for that, you know, start saying you have that kind of lead, then you're opening yourself out to be Kamate. And if you do that against a team like this, then you're in big trouble. And basically, we got one game to play. That's all we're thinking about. The old one game at a time. It's an old saying. It's you know, it's a cliche, but it's a cliche because it's true. It's absolutely true. You got to play the game one game at a time. And so, you know, we're going to talk about playing one game. We're not going to talk about anything else. We're playing one game.
Just a follow-up question to that, Coach. You guys have won 2 straight against Ginebra in this series. Would you say that you guys have figured out the system of Coach George after winning?
No, well, you know, first of all, I guess I should add, or maybe I should say, but it'd be a lot different series if Jumar was playing. Let me tell you, Jumar's absence is really huge in this series, and it would be interesting to be, you know, full complement them with Jumar and us with Chapman in LA. We're playing a short rotation basically because Chapman and LA are not there, so it changes our game a bit. But I think Jumar is, you know, such a huge part of what they do and what they've done historically. So, you know, Jumar's absence is obviously a huge factor in this whole thing, and it just allows us to put our focus on other players rather than having to focus totally on Jumar all the time.
Coach, can you just expound on your unselfish play? You had 35 assists tonight. Do you think it will be one of the keys?
Well, I think we only had, what, 13 in the second half. We had 22 at halftime. But, I don't know, I think Scottie could talk on it better than I can. And again, I think that the idea is that you know, it starts from somewhere. And basically, I really feel it starts from, maybe if Scottie wasn't sitting next to me, I wouldn't say this. But no, honestly, it does start from Scottie. It really does start from Scottie. From the day one he's been with our team, you know, it started with him. And also, it probably ends with Justin, because Justin's an importer who you think is just going to go and score and score and score, and that's not his mentality. His mentality is to win. And he understands by him sharing the ball that we can win. And by him sharing the ball, it takes less attention away from him. It makes the game easier for him if he's sharing the ball along with the teammates. So, you know, we pretty proud. I think Coach Kirk, more, right? Coach Kirk is constantly honest about assists. You know, he's always telling everybody how many assists we had every game. And yeah, our goal is to make 30 assists every game, without a doubt.
Scottie, ikaw lang yung nag-iisip na nakagawa ng double digits in today's game. How would you think that ikaw lang yung double digits sa mga players na Ginebra today? Is that something na para sa'yo, do you feel like that's a burden or okay lang sa'yo to do that on a nightly basis?
I think, sa system namin, hindi alam kung sinong top scorer. So, because of ball movement talagang hindi predictable sa amin kung sino yung top scorer every game. So, yun yung lagi may sinasabi sa amin sa mga coaches, especially coach Kirk, moving without the ball, and then yung assist talaga yung possession. So, I think yun dahil sa system, hindi talaga sino yung highest pointer sa amin.
Habang mainit ang mga laban sa ating mga paboritong liga, mag-register sa 1xBet. Pwede nyo gamitin ang inyong browser or ang cellphone, mapa-Android man o iOS. Gamitin lang ang inyong mobile number at huwag kalimutan ilagay sa promo code ang 1x on air. Kapag ginawa nyo yan, pwede kayong magkaroon ng bonus up to 7,000 pesos. Pwede nyo gamitin ang GCash account nyo para makapag-deposit or mag-cash out. Simple lang, di ba? Kaya mag-register na sa 1xBet. Thank you for watching. Click the subscribe button and ring the bell to be notified with our latest videos.